Hey, what's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and what we're going to be doing in this video is placing 5 sharp, mathematically profitable bets, and we'll start out with this Fanduel promo. So they actually have a typo. It says college basketball bowl games, which is definitely incorrect. It is place $20 plus in cumulative 4+ leg parlay wagers on college football between December 28th and January 1st, and you get a bonus from Fanduel. So you can see if you scroll down, you bet $200 plus in parlays for college football, and you get $100 in site credit. So this is absolutely profitable. The vig on your 4-leg parlay, the US sportsbooks, don't get me wrong, they have a lot of juice baked into their lines, but it's not going to have a vig of 50%, right? The expected return of your parlay is not going to be negative 50%. So this is definitely a mathematically profitable promo. We're going to run through the math in a sec, but what we ended up having is Oklahoma MoneyLine, South Carolina plus 9.5, under 64.5 in the Purdue Tennessee game, and Michigan plus 7.5. Again, the places I'm looking for these wagers are just on the OddsJam plus EV page. You want to get lines that are best offered on Fanduel, right? So like, for example, this isn't Fanduel, but if this same promotion was on Twin Spires, like minus 129 on Pitt plus 3.5 would be a great betting opportunity to include, right? Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're all the way down at minus 152. So that's an example of how you kind of find good legs to include in your parlay. So we'll go through the math very briefly. We'll run through our expected profit, and then we'll go through the rest of our 4 bets, which are just plays from the OddsJam positive EV page. So if we go back here, you can see our first leg in our parlay is Oklahoma MoneyLine. So if I go here and I type in Oklahoma, what we ended up having is Oklahoma MoneyLine. Here's Pinnacle's market, minus 271, plus 213. So our estimate of the fair win probability for Oklahoma, we just use a no-vig odds calculator from OddsJam, is 69.57%. So Oklahoma, according to Pinnacle Sportsbook's market, the market of the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is 69.57%. So we have that here. And we do the same thing for South Carolina, Purdue, and Michigan. Again, I just found 4 legs. All odds at the time were best offered on Fanduel Sportsbook. And you can see we actually have some more Oklahoma MoneyLine. We have the minus 210 on DraftKings. Lines have been ripping towards Oklahoma actually all day long. A bunch of sharp action has come in on Oklahoma. They started out today around minus 290. Now you can see the best odds you can even get on Oklahoma is minus 250 on BetOnline, Caesars, or Twin Spires. So here we have the win probability of each of the 4 legs in our parlay. None of these legs are correlated, right? All of these games are independent events. So the fair win percentage for our entire parlay is just these 4 win probabilities multiplied together, which you can see I did right here, right? Just multiplying all those cells together. So that means we're betting our parlay plus 932 odds. We're betting $200. So if our wager wins, we have $18.64 in profit. And according to the zero vig markets from Pinnacle, this bet should be winning roughly 9.3% of the time. So what we can do is we can calculate the expected value of our bet. So again, 9.3% of the time, we're going to be winning $18.64 in profit, which is $200 staked at plus 932 odds. I don't know why this is a money sign, but you get the point. So in the EV formula, 9.3% of the time, we're going to be winning $18.64, $200 staked at plus 932 odds. The rest of the time, the other 90.7% of the time, we are going to be losing our stake of $200, right? So you can see that this bet is terrible on its own. Even looking for the best lines offered by Fanduel Sportsbook, this bet is bad by $8.56, right? This bet has an EV of, the EV of this bet is negative 856 on $200 staked. So, the expected return of this bet is pretty awful. It's negative 856 divided by 200. So this bet is bad by 4.3%, according to the zero vig lines from Pinnacle. but we get an $100 bonus from Fanduel when we wager $200 on a parlay. So the EV of our bet with the promo is 91.44, right? Just 100 plus negative 856. So the expected return of that is obviously really high. 46%. This is a 46% return on your capital, or a bet with 46% edge once you include the bonus value of the promo. So again, if you're thinking of not betting this promo, you should because it's so profitable, right? Even if Pinnacle is a little bullish on, let's say, Oklahoma and the rest of our bets, and the fair win probability of our parlay is only 6%, this is still a super profitable promotion, right? There's a lot of margin for error. The EV of this wager with the promotion is $91. So we just got $91 richer. That's not a small amount of money. So that's the first wager we have. And then we have 4 bets from the OddsJam plus EV page. So I'm not sure if any of these are still active. We can actually, we can take a look and we can see this bet is. So Cyril Gane, he's minus 110 on Pinnacle. He's favored. The lines have moved a little bit against him since I placed this bet, but he's favored on every sportsbook. Fanduel is still giving you plus money, so this seemed like a great betting opportunity. You can also look at a betting exchange to try to get a sense. Tennessee minus 6, that looks like another possibly good betting opportunity. Maybe we'll place it later today and add it for tomorrow's video. But long story short, we have 4 bets from the plus EV page, including, Cyril Gane, and this bet has 2.37% edge. So we have Alexa Grasso MoneyLine. Fanduel limited us, so minus 126 odds. We staked 314.85. That wasn't out of choice. I would have bet more, but Fanduel limited our wager. We have Cyril Gane, 245.10 plus 102 odds. And then we have 2 bets I found today on the OddsJam positive EV page, including Oklahoma MoneyLine. So we said this before, lines have been steaming towards Oklahoma. And if we actually just go into this game very briefly, they're now best offered at minus 250. So we were able to pick up minus 210 on DraftKings. Now DraftKings is giving you plus 220 on Oregon. So a ton of action has come in on Oklahoma. And we ended up getting a bit more of them. So we have them both in our promo on Fanduel, as well as just a straight EV bet on DraftKings. Over 210 in the Bulls game, Oklahoma MoneyLine, Cyril Gane, and Alexa Grasso. One other thing I'd like to mention is, we've said this before, sometimes lines will rip against you. Sometimes lines will move massively in your favor. So I think in a previous video, we talked about this wager on the Browns, and then, some players from the Browns got injured and the line moved massively against us. So our bet became very unprofitable. But here we can see the reverse. About 5-6 days ago, we placed a bet in one of these videos on Dolphins first half money line at plus 145 odds. So if we go into the Dolphins game now, literally it seems like the whole Saints team has COVID. Lines have moved a lot towards the Miami Dolphins. We got the Dolphins plus 145 first half money line. Now they're minus 152. That's the best price you can get. So obviously Dolphins plus 145 first half money line turned out to be an incredible bet. But again, sports is random. So if you're betting on events that are a bit in the future, sometimes lines will move against you. Like we could have just as easily had a positive expected value play on the Saints money line because the Saints were initially favored in this game. Like I would have bet them minus 110 first half money line or whatever. But now the lines have completely shifted in favor of the Dolphins and our bet looks incredible. So really just the point of that is to say, if you're placing bets in the future, some lines will move in your favor, some lines may move against you. Injuries, things like that are random. So, not necessarily every bet that you place from the OddsJam positive expected value page is going to close with a positive, ROI. Some lines will move against you, but again, that's random. 50% move in your favor, 50% move against you. And in terms of profit and loss, we're currently sitting at 1.1K in profit, so not anything to write home about, but it's going up, it's ticking up, and we have a bunch more mathematically profitable bets placed. So hopefully we start to see this profit tick higher and higher and higher. So I hope you found this video helpful. Any questions you have about sports books to get in your state, sports betting promotions, the math behind sports betting, you can reach out to us at OddsJam. And again, thank you so much for your time.